up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots off the rebound. Fucking my posters, say now, I've been humble too long, yeah. Tell them all to stay calm, yeah. Tell them all to move on, yeah. Fucking my posters, say now, they be lost in the sauce, yeah. Took a loss, that's your loss, yeah. Had to get my point across. Hey, smoking that dope from Edmond, we the new meth in Redmond. We ain't real blood, but we brethren. Run up a check and it's pending. She talking my news, we'll send them. Fuck with the fam, you a dead man. Jesus, peace on my pendant, and we still independent. ISO,
This podcast is sponsored by Easy Skip Tracing. Go to www.easyskiptracing.com for some of the most quality data in the marketplace. In fact, Easy Skip Tracing believes in good quality data so much that they're willing to provide you the leads as long as you skip trace the list with the company. Listen, text 1K leads to 44222 and get 1,000 free leads as long as you purchase the skip tracing with Easy Skip. This podcast is sponsored by the REI Lead Vault. The REI Lead Vault is a real-world Podio workspace solution designed by real estate professionals for real estate professionals. Check it out at the reileadvault.com.
Nothing but nuggets. Yeah. See, I'm telling you, man. Came from nothing to something. Now we're giving you game. Dropping nothing but nuggets.
What's up with it, man? I ain't been on here in a while. I didn't want to make another week go past. Today, I want to talk about something that's really important to me. Some of the stuff that you hear me preach about is very repetitive. One thing about success, it got to be repetitive. You got to keep pushing and keep doing it over and over again in order to get to the next level. So I want to explain to you guys how to delegate and grind. You know what I mean? Like, just because you grind, that don't mean you can't delegate. Just because you delegate, that don't mean you can't grind. And people misconstrue this, and it separates and create different sides of the spectrum. Like, people think that the only way to be successful is they got to grind. The only way they be successful over here is that they need to delegate, and that doesn't really make sense. So I want to be talking about how you can do multiple things at the same time and accomplish the same results. So what is grind? Grind to me is nothing more than a mentality of doing something over and over again to achieve an objective that's going to benefit you in some way or fashion. Delegate is taking the process that you was doing all over and over again, package it up, and allow someone else to step in your shoes to do that process all over and over again. It's the same process. It's the same way of doing it. It's just that someone else is doing it. Now, how do you take both of these two things and mix it together? It's just a mindset. You're taking the grind and you're mixing it with the mindset, and literally you're making something that no one has. Most people usually have a little bit of grind. They're smart. They work hard at a job. They're a mule. They can put the work in. They can work 50 hours a week. They can sweat until they fucking can't sweat anymore, right? And then most people are good at just being a finesser. They can, outsource things, get things to people. Here you go, this and that, but they really, truly can't do the work themselves. But if you can figure out a way to interlock both of these methods of doing business and change your mindset, I promise you, you will get to the next level. So one of the things that I've done in my life was I identified where I need to go and where I need to head in my life. And most people, they just want to get on the ground and start running and pushing forward and doing all that stuff. I get that. But you need to take a step back and look at the next 3 years from now. We're in a space right now in life not just business, but in life, that we need to kind of take a step back and say, okay, how can we regroup? You know what I mean? There's a lot of people on unemployment right now. There's a lot of people struggling. That because at first, before all of this, 6 months ago, everybody like, you need to be a landlord, you need to own something. I'm sitting back looking like, do I really want to be a landlord right now? Do I have to be a landlord? The only thing that's going to benefit me from being a landlord right now is the fact that I got depreciation. Outside of that, you know, the $200-300 a month, is that really going to change my life? That's what you got to ask yourself. So most people get stuck on what people tell them, and you got to be logical. Now, the $200-300 a month might not change your life, but if you put yourself in a situation where you know you have to pay $1,800 a month. Maybe you just rent a house off for $2,100 a month, $2,200 a month. Now you're stuck paying $1,800 a month because the stupid government is so reckless that they decide to pass some type of legislation allowing the tenant to stay without any financial consequences, such as eviction. So, one of the things I want you to do, guys, is to look at your outlook of what the next 24 months going to be, figure it out, and make long-term decisions based on your short term right now. Everybody lives for the short term, and that's why they usually are where they at in life, because they never took a chance on their long-term future. And then when the future came around, it's always the short-term shit. And that's why they struggle. They rob Peter to pay Paul. They struggle. They fight with their family, friends. They behind on their bills, things of that sort. But you got to break the curse, and this is the opening to break the curse. You know what I mean? So many people thinking that they can do this shit by themselves. You have to build a team. There's no one man that was so successful that they did it on their own. There's no person that's self-made. It was a blend of grinding and a delegation. They got them to the millions. They got them to the success. They got them over the hump. And most people struggle with that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you have to really take a step back and look at your life and say, hey, what more do I want? One of the beautiful things I like about what's going on right now with the whole everybody at home, you really see who's weak, who's not weak. Because there has been a point in time where, the strong people sat back and said, you know what, I'm going to let this shit punch my teeth out my mouth, and I'm not going to do anything about it but go get veneers next week. They said, you know what, I see the punch coming, let me move, and let me throw back a jab. And that's how you got to be in your life. You get what I'm saying? You have to be like that in your life. You have to always progress. You have to always try to stay ahead of things and be real with yourself. If you right now have a merge, everyone's merged on the line, my opinion. And here's why. People merges on the line not because silly stuff. It's because no one thought about the long term. What happens is two people had a nice, happily family. They had two nice, healthy jobs, and all of a sudden, all that was taken away from them in a split of a second. That leads to more argument, that leads to more fighting, that leads to more frustrations, and next thing you know, you in divorce court. So one of the things you got to do is still figure out a way to grind, balance out your work, but now since you're home more, spend that quality time with your family. I'm going through that. I'm a living testament of that, trying to spend time with the family. Just came back from an 8-day vacation last week, trying to figure out how to spend more time with my lovely wife. Because even though we was on an 8-day vacation, that time was allocated towards the children. So people think that, I'm around my family, I'm around my wife, and that's good. No, you have to give everybody your individual time, personal and business. If you run a business operation, all your employees deserve individual attention. They deserve your individual time, because at the end of the day, they have needs, wants, and feelings. You have to fulfill them. Whether you pay them or not every week consistently, they still want to know that they're being respected, and they've been honored and appreciated. And that's why so many people don't get this concept, the grind and the delegate concept. I think I'm going to write about it, because I don't see too many people accomplishing a lot with this whole concept. So another thing I want to talk about is your ability to focus through adversity. So many people, they just get caught up in the news. They get caught up with the Donald Trump shit. They get caught up with this election. They get caught up in politics. Listen, I got people on my Facebook that I haven't even met, haven't even made money with, deleting me. Who cares? Who gives a fuck? 100 people can delete me today. Guess what? 100 people will follow me tomorrow. That's how this works. When you put yourself in that situation, you're going to grow a tough skin. And what no one can do or say to you won't hurt you. And as an entrepreneur, people are gonna cuss you out. They're gonna threaten you. They're gonna say things to you, and you got to be able to handle adversity. And that's why so many people struggle because they have this simple mindset that when someone says something to you, you're supposed to be feeling to comment or to you know, reply to it. It doesn't. You don't have to reply to everything people say. I put myself in a bubble on purpose. I live in a bubble where nothing applies to me. That's not important. Whether it's my family, my business, my finances, my faith in God, all of that stuff. You really have to put yourself in a bubble, and it's not a obvious bubble that people can see on the outside. It's a bubble mentally that you put yourself in, because at the end of the day, friends are temporary. You know what I mean? Money is temporary. Money is one of the biggest untrustworthy person or people you can think of, because at the end of the day, money doesn't have no obligation. You can be up right now and be down tomorrow. That's why I always live my life in humbleness. You know what I'm saying? I live my life in humbleness because I know for a fact that I can be dragged back to where I was at 10 years ago. I can be dragged back where I was at 5 years ago. Every year you should be improving and dependent on yourself. Appreciate you, Solomon. Shouts out to Solomon Bush. Let me tell you a quick story about Solomon. Solomon was a good guy, man. We worked in a hotel together. He was a banquet manager, I believe. Yes, he was a banquet manager. He was a very humble guy, and he had integrity. You know what I mean? One of the things I learned about working in a hotel is do what you say you're gonna do, have integrity, and be consistent and show up. Because every day I worked, there was always an issue. There was food missing. There was something going on. But the one thing the hotels told me was to never give up. Never give up. Show up. Do your job, and you'll be rewarded eventually. And shouts out to brothers like Solomon, who always, spoke positive and put wisdom in me. And to this day, he continues to follow me. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Solomon, for all you do for me. Thank you. Someone said, hello, Antoine. Hello to your amazing wife, too. Thank you. She's not with me. She's probably with my sister. They best friends. They love hanging out. But I appreciate you. Thank you. So listen, this drip show is not about real estate all the time. Though. There's a million people right now talking about real estate. Real estate is one thing I do. Real estate is one of my businesses, right? And I don't want you to get caught up in just being a one-trick pony, because eventually this is going to slow up and burn out. And what you're going to do? I had a business before this, and I had to literally come back and reinvent myself. And I'm prepared to reinvent myself again. So one of the beautiful things I say is stop looking at yourself as a real estate investor and start looking at yourself as a high-level entrepreneur. You need to put that thing in your head and say, hey, I am an entrepreneur, because at the end of the day, this thing can change. And I don't like putting people's business out there, but I was talking to my dad the other day on the phone, and, I was kind of brokenhearted a little bit, because, like, my father, he owned a bus company, and when COVID came, it literally put his bus company to his knees, because none of the children catching buses no more. Nobody going to school. Nobody going to pumpkin patch. Nobody taking trips to the baseball game. We don't need you. So you're going to be put in a situation where one day people may not need you. But as an entrepreneur, when you understand how to move and groove and you see trends happening, you're always prepared for war. You're welcome, my brother. I'm watching your program, and your sister even do them down a little bit because I'm not working. So so motion. Listen, brother Solomon, keep your head up. You're an asset to society. Take your raw talents, man, and go do something positive. This advice to you, like you get advice to me. All the raw talents you have, you can easily take that and create a product and sell it to the marketplace, and people will come in droves to purchase it. So listen, I want to do something tonight. I want to put a link out there. I want to bring people live on my show. This is supposed to be the drip show, but this is motivation, man. Like I said, I don't want you guys to think that life is all about real estate. When I was studying successful people, and I continue to study successful people, one of the things I realized about successful people who had millions of dollars, not a few millions, 8 million, that's peanuts. That shit can be gone tomorrow. I'm talking hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars, mostly indestructible wealth, unless they reckless with it. And indestructible wealth. And one of the commonalities was they didn't get rich from real estate, right? They got rich from creating products and services and businesses that other people need. And then as they went public or they made all that money or they sold the company, they took that money and put it into real estate where it was from a passive perspective. Now, we are all in real estate. Most of the people I know in real estate, but it's just a high paying job. Whether you're a fix and flipper, you're a wholesaler, you can't go to no round table meeting with people that's worth 9 figures and brag about how you fix and flip houses. That's not even a conversation that's relevant. You're not equal to them. So the one thing I know that puts you in that table was you're smart. You'll create businesses that people need. You drive revenue. You focus on the top line. And next thing you know, someone wants to come and write you a check for your company. Like I said this on Aaron Bevan's podcast the other week. I don't know nobody right now that can take their real estate company public. I don't know nobody right now who can legitimately sell a real estate company for hundreds of millions. They probably can sell it for a few, but I know hundreds of millions. You get what I'm saying? How can Facebook come out in 7 years be worth $20 billion? How can Instagram come out and Facebook buy it for $1 billion like 2 years later? It's because you got to understand the importance of supply and demand and value, right? This company is built on value and inflation and all this beautiful stuff, and you're not taking advantage of it. So back to the point of this is you have to learn how to grind and delegate because you trading dollars for hours, you're eventually going to come into a brick road. And let me go back to my father's story. So I was talking to him on the phone, whatever, and I was explaining to him, I said, hey, Dad, I don't know if you know this or not, but I don't think your business coming back. What's your plan? What's the next move, man? You just sound puzzled. You sound like, I'm trying to get my truck business off the ground. I'm like, that's not a solid plan. You see what I'm saying? And I don't know about you guys, but I get anxiety here now. I got a therapist because I'm always feeling like, what happens if I wake up one day and some genius create an app and no one needs a wholesaler? What happens is I wake up one day and the way we do business in real estate is obsolete. You see what I'm saying? So let me answer some questions really quick. If you got some questions, drop your questions because I love talking, but I definitely love helping people as much too. Mark said, awesome advice. I've been working hard. Paying off is coming. Listen, sacrifice now, ball forever. That's what me and my friends used to say in high school. Shouts out to all of my high school friends that talk that talk and walk that walk. And some of my friends in high school, they're successful. They got houses, they cars, all that stuff. Congratulations to them. Appreciate you, Solomon. God bless you, brother. Is there a certain amount of deals you recommend doing before hiring a VA? No, I'm completely opposite against that. I honestly think a VA, you gotta look at the VA as marketing, like your marketing. Just as much money you commit to skip tracing and prop string and all that stuff, you should be committed to a virtual assistant. A virtual assistant will help you with your outbound lead generation, right? If you can afford $100 a week, you can have a VA. All the VA gonna do is accelerate the fake me out day by day fake busy work that isn't worth your time. That's not revenue generating activities. That's gonna slow you up. I would rather pay somebody $4 an hour to take this off my plate so I can go focus on getting the money. You see what I'm saying? You have to focus on getting the money and delegating out your weaknesses and double down on your strengths in order to really grow as a person. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna share this StreamYard link. It might not go everywhere, but if you're on YouTube, whatever, or Facebook, or Antoine Campbell business page, come on to the show. Come on in. I want to talk to you. I want to see what's going on with you. Maybe I helped you in the past. Maybe I didn't help you. Maybe I did some bad business, which I don't know. At the end of the day, I can't please everybody. You know what I mean? So, um, like I said, if you want a VA, visit v1vas.com. We'll hook you up with a VA. In fact, let me get my banner out of here. Let me add my banner. Just give me 1 second, brother. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, bro?
Yeah, go to V1 VAs. Listen, guys, I got a new cell phone number. I'm giving it out to the public. Text me, right? If you want to learn more about the masterclass, what we got going on with that, text masterclass to my cell phone. If you want to get tickets to the drip, come to the drip. Go ahead, brother. How you doing?
All right, man. How you doing, Antoine?
Good.
Oh, am I supposed to ask a question?
Man, you on the show? What you want to talk about? What you want to do?
All right, so I just got off of a really good call with Aaron Bevins, man, talking about basically what you just said. He said when you look at the IPAs for calling out, call delegation, you look at 3 levels. You look at what you just talked about, the marketing, which is the cold calling. You look at setting appointments, which gains you even more if you go to those appointments or have somebody that can. And then following up is the key. Following up consistently 7+ times is what gets you more money. Is that true?
That's true. Let me tell you why. Because the average person only follow up with a prospect twice. It takes at least 8 follow-ups to get somebody back on the phone. And even after getting back on the phone, you have to follow another 5 to 6 times to get them to close the sale. So you're looking at between 8 to 17 touches on that one lead in order to even convert them as a customer.
Wow, that's dope. That's dope. One of the things I've talked to my wife about is, and some of the people that I know in the industry, I was telling them that I have, a limited amount of funds to go ahead and invest in a VA. So I had a conversation today with some ladies, and they were like, "No, you need to learn how to do all the cold call for at least a month or two, then hire VAs." And I'm like, "Well, numbers is the game. If it's about numbers."
So here it is with the VA stuff, man. Usually I split people down the middle with the VA thing. You like me, you don't like me. It's cool with me. You trying to figure out for 2 months, how much money you done lost in 2 months trying to figure that out on your own, knowing that's not your thing.
Exactly.
You might as well just chump it up, pay the money. If you know it's going to cost you $400 a month for an employee, that's going to literally take away 5-6 hours of busy work for you away while you go focus on something that's going to increase the bottom line. Do that. When I first got into the business, the first thing I did was got a caller because that's one of my thing. And I wasn't going to try to figure it out for 2 years to come to the conclusion after 2 years to say, calling ain't my thing. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't have patience with people. Even my customer service, sometimes I cuss my customers out. Not literally, but in a way that I'm holding them accountable for their BS. Like you pay me, right? But at the end of the day, you need to be accountable and do your part too by doing the work, by applying the knowledge, by doing this. This ain't no you put money in the machine and out comes deals. No, it don't work that way.
Right. Amen, brother. I know I first got that tip from you when I watched you on the interview with Brent Daniels. You said it, and I was like, that makes a lot of sense. That's another way of basically multiplying your time. You can go focus on other things. You have somebody else combing through quality data to get you those leads that you can start either setting up appointments or following up on so that you can close more deals. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Because at the end of the day, that's why we created this company called V1 Training. And we step in and we do all that back support stuff for you, help you train, recruit. If you want somebody to manage them, we can do that, pay us a little bread. And you just focus on the high level stuff. Today, we got a person who bought 8 VAs from us in the past 3 months. Dude crushing it. He all in on it. And that's 500 every 2 VAs. I don't know the math on that, but he spent money with us. And he knows he's going to get his money back because the average deal is $10,000. So the thing about it is we plan small mentally. You know what I'm saying? We're willing to go to the Lexus dealership, give these people $2,500 down on a car that we might get repossessed in 2 years from now, versus taking that same $2,500 and investing in ourselves, knowing that we might get turned to something that's going to create a change for our family.
Right. Okay, so what VA service? I think you have a VA service, don't you?
Yeah, I own a VA company, and it's not just a typical VA company. We are training and a recruitment company. So we specialize in training, high-level training with acquisitions, dispositions, as well as phone mastery, all that good stuff. So that way you don't have to worry about it. And our pledge to you is to get you a VA guarantee. And the guarantee that is we offer a warranty on our VA. So we got a website called v1vas.com. We just launched it. We had the domain for a minute, but we ain't put it out there. v1vas.com.
Okay.
And you can go in there and look at the information, look at our business model. If it makes sense, fill out and get information form. Or if you're ready to rock and roll, pay the money right there, and we'll have your VA within 12 to 15 business days.
Okay. And on average, it's about $4 an hour.
Yeah, $4 an hour. Even if you talk to somebody on our team, we have a template to show you exactly what you're going to be spending every month, what the VAs, the software you need, all that stuff. So yeah,
Okay.
$4 an hour.
Hmm.
$4 an hour. You know, I tell people work your VA between 25 to 30 hours a week. That comes out to about $100 a week, $400 a month. Like, let's be real. If you broke down what you spent on money, you probably ate out about $400 a month. If you cut out this going to the Outback Steakhouse, I go to Outback Steakhouse all the time. If I cut that out, I probably can hire 3 more VAs. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Okay, so let me ask you this. I know you used to push or recommend Mojo, and you switched over to Call Tools. What
Yeah.
made you switch from Mojo to Call Tools?
Transparency. As we grew as a company, we had to monitor the quality and the consistency of our VA, so we were able to butt in on calls. Because the one thing I learned from the hotel, shout out to Solomon, he know what I'm talking about. They told us to be proactive, not reactive. So instead of waiting to get a bad call and listen to the calls a week later, we already know what a bad call is instantly on the spot. We can pull that caller from the calls and coach them up and then put them back on the phones, or we can literally terminate them if we wanted to because we have that real-time data.
Okay. Got it. Okay, man, I appreciate you for having me on the show, bro.
I appreciate you, brother. You be safe, man. Be easy and keep putting in the work.
Bet.
Listen, guys, take the link, click the link, come on the show. Do your thing. You know, I'm here to answer questions. I just got off a webinar. You know, I haven't done a webinar in a minute. I said, dang, I ain't giving my people a webinar in a minute. Here you go, webinar. So people ask how much the VAs. Our business model is different. And the reason why it's different is because at the end of the day, I'm about efficiency. And to charge you $500 up front than to try to charge you $10 an hour is a better play for me, both me and you. Because if you think about it, if I charge you $10 an hour, you'll be spending roughly full-time $21,000 a year in salary. And you know, if you did it with us $5 an hour, $4 an hour, then full-time, I think that's like $6,800 a year. So literally you'd be saving close to 12 to 13 G's by just paying me $500 up front. Now I could be greedy and switch over to $10 an hour, but what benefit does that give you? Because that $10 an hour can easily lead up to having 2 VAs at $8 an hour. So that's why we did that model, because we wanted to kind of like slice the competition by the ankle. Watch them bleed slow. What's the name of the VA website? v1vas.com. Some of the links I put can't show everywhere. So v1vas.com. Listen, I got a cell phone now. Text me. You know, I'm going to be texting people, giving out my number. I gave out my number a bunch of times before, but I'm giving out my number, and we're going to be hooking everybody up. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Do you have a video on the contracts you use for the sellers? I'm getting the marketing down, but what happens when the motivated seller they come in? I don't have a video, I don't think, on the contracts, but we do talk about it in our acquisition manager course. But there's a ton of videos based on the contract. We use a typical 2-page contract, straight to the point. We don't want to complicate things and scare the seller away. So a 2-page contract definitely works perfectly. Listen, guys, v1vas.com. Go in there and get you some information. If you're ready to commit now. If not, just fill out the form. We'll contact you later and get some information, figure out what you do, what's your business. Listen, you can use VAs not just for real estate. So anybody out here watching that's outside of real estate, maybe they're a photographer, maybe they own a dental office, maybe they own a doctor office. make all of that stuff. Whatever you decide that you do, that maybe the position only you that they can work need a working computer and a telephone. You can outsource it. You know what I mean? You can outsource it. Whether you need an executive assistant, you need a cold caller, like whatever you need, an admin, whatever you need, we definitely got you. Yep. Yeah, join the VA Master. We have a ton of contracts. We have everything on there. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. So listen, I posted a link on my YouTube channel. Click the link if you want to hop on the show, answer some questions. Boom. What the topic today is grind and delegate, right? You got to know how to grind and delegate. Because grinding is just a mentality that's instilled in you to keep pushing, keep doing the work. And delegating is as you come up on a milestone, then you outsource that out. And that's how I got up to 24 people working for me, because I knew for a fact that I can't do all this by myself. And I wanted to speed up my success rate by having high level people. You want to have A players only on your team, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're not confident of the people on your team, you might want to consider letting them go. Yeah, he said, I use for my credit repair, admin, social media. Listen, you can use VAs for anything as long as the requirement of the job is a working computer and a telephone. Or even if they don't need a telephone, a working computer. Man, I appreciate you. Like I said, if you want to mess with us in this new mastermind that we're putting together, the masterclass, REI masterclass, I'm telling you, it's going to be worth every bit of your time. I'm not going to disappoint you. Drip is coming. Drip is coming in the next almost 30. We almost 30 days out. We got about 37 days, 38 days out before the Drip conference. It's a virtual conference. You can watch it in the comfort of your own home. It's 4 days, 40 speakers, 40 hours worth of content. I don't know who's offering a better product than that, but I guarantee you, people are going to be talking about it for months to come. We have a bunch of people coming. In fact, I got to start bringing some of these people on my show. But I like to kind of like wait, because most people here in America, you guys like to wait till the last minute to take action, and it's okay. So we're gonna start bringing on some people next week. Drop your questions, ladies and gentlemen. If you have a question, feel free to drop your question. What's up, man? How you doing, brother? Hope all is well. I'm considering doing business in York. I'm looking to get into York real soon. But like I said, man, you guys got to get this, get this mind right, get prepared. Listen, the next 6 years is going to be the biggest opening gap where you can literally go from not having anything to being a self-made millionaire by selling products, selling real estate, whatever that may be. And I'm not talking this Google shit. People like that the Google stuff is a distraction. Everybody has a product. Everybody wants to buy a product. Everyone's a consumer. Everybody's a business person, whether they know it or not. It's up to you to accept for what it is, right? So, you should be putting that plan together. Like I'm talking to all my family members, my cousin, my sister. Hey, man, you got raw talents. Let me come over here. Let me polish you up. Let me help you. One of my things before I even got to real estate was I was launching a business consulting company because I felt like I can help business owners be most efficient in running their business. And literally, my love for real estate, put me on this journey. And I would never change that. But one of the things I love doing during my spare time is getting on the phone with people I love and care about and just giving my honest advice. Especially if I see them out there slinging something that I know they can, scale up and make way more money, or if they have raw talents. Because there's a difference between taking a raw talent and really trimming it up and making them a polished product. You get what I'm saying? So that's one of the things I love doing. So like I said, if you out here, if you got a raw talent, man, if you can cook, if you can write music, if you can read, if you can play an instrument or whatever you can do, dog, you can monetize that. You know what I'm saying? And you can take that and create a legitimate business out of it. But you got to put the pillars together. You got to have a good cut and dry operation. You got to have a good purpose, and you got to have good people around you, whether that's employees or that's like partners. Everybody got to be good and solid in order to make it work. One of the things that we're going to be doing as a company, even my wholesale business, you as a business owner, you have to look at your situation and figure it out and see what makes sense for you. So as a business owner, I want to take my wholesale business and I want to just focus on generating leads because that's what we're good at, and partner with people that's good at acquisitions, right? And partner with them and we split the money. You see what I'm saying? I think that's a better business model because we know what it takes and we know how to generate the leads. That's the easy part. You see what I'm saying? So if we can find and partner with people in certain markets that have the acquisition thing down packed, I wouldn't mind doing that with people. I got two people we about to launch that with, like that we're gonna start doing with, and then I'll roll it out as we get it smooth because we're gonna have a manager that's managing our leads to making sure we're not being taken advantage of on our team. Do I need Podio, and which dollar you prefer, Mojo, Call Tools? You don't need Podio, but eventually you will need Podio. So it's up to how long you want to put off that burden. Podio is basically a place where you can put all of your warm and hot leads and set up automations and nurturing sequences where you won't have to forget, oh, I'm supposed to call Miss Susan last week, or it does it for you. If you wanted to send out a contract directly, if you wanted to get a cash buy and send them out an assignment agreement, it brings you convenience and simplicity, right? And as an entrepreneur, the number two things that's common to entrepreneurship is simplicity and efficiency. If you can get both of them together, where you have a simple operation and it's efficient at the same time, you're going to be generating a lot of money, a lot of money. So it all depends, right? So when we look at flips, we just look at the upside. What's the risk? How long will it take us to get in and get out these houses? And if everything goes wrong, can we still break even? So we don't like to do skinny deals as flips. We don't like to do marginal deals. We like to go into deals where they have chunks of equity. Like all of our deals, we bought at least 55, 62% ARV. Never buy 70% ARV. We always make sure that we try our best to keep reserves. Some of the things we do when we do our flips is we always want to put our interest payments in some type of escrow account up front. Sometimes we don't, but I learned even right now, you have to be able to float your business. You have to be able to float your drawers. You have to be able to pay people, and you can pay less. So, that's what we consider when we're looking at flips or hold. So even the flips, though, as we start to do our flips, we have options to keep them as hold because we don't have much debt on it when it comes to our private loans and our hard money lenders, and we can easily refinance without having to come out of our pocket with money. So that's the strategy we're using now, post-COVID. It depends on your long-term plan, right? If you refinance cash out, well, that's deferred taxes because at the end of the day, you don't have to pay taxes on your refinance proceeds. But if you flip it, from an accounting perspective, what you want to do with that chunk of money? You won't have to pay ordinary income taxes on that money. So that's up to you, brother. Talk to your accountant, get you a good lawyer. Reach out to somebody, find you a good lawyer, man, to come up with a good strategy for you. My VAs are definitely pros with Mojo. Like I said, we have a net worth of over maybe 600 VAs in our network. And that's basically hiring, training VAs, giving to the client, but they still keep in touch with us because they know for a fact that if the client runs out of money or burns out or fire them, as long as they didn't get fired for anything unethical or egregious, we would take them back and put them back in our pool and match them with another client. So, the Mojo thing is good. If you like call tools is good. The VAs, they catch on really quick. We have specialized training for both Mojo and call tools. So it's up to you to what you want to use. Yeah, so like I said, if you're an independent operator, like if you're just you and maybe a VA, part-time VA, or maybe you got a Fiverr VA calling your leads, which you should never do because they're gonna steal them. Mojo may be a better look for you. But eventually, when you're ready to take that to the next step, where you're really trying to automate your business and have lead managers listening to calls and doing all that stuff and rotating calls and buttoning on calls and forwarding calls to you and all that, you might want to look into call tools. I want to hire acquisition manager, but I don't have much experience myself. Do you think VA acquisition manager will be able to perform? The issue with the VA acquisition manager is you got to know how to coach them. You got to be able to hold their hands, and you got to be able to ride the storm because you're going to go through a storm, right? Because at the end of the day, it takes a rhythm to get used to calling people and making offers. So if you can financially afford to finance a VA acquisition manager for 9 months, give it a shot. Take turns calling leads. Take the leads and split them down the middle. Every other lead come in, you take one, the VA take one. And you guys learn together and go together. That's what I did with my first set of VAs. I learned and grew with them as far as all the systems. Before Antoine Campbell, and I can say this with confidence, before Antoine Campbell, there wasn't a company out here that was taking people in and teaching them how to manage themselves in order to manage the VAs. There wasn't a company out here that was taking people in and showing them all the little tricks the VAs was doing to get over them. That's why some people like me, some people hate me, because I divided the whole barrier entry to getting a VA. There wasn't a company out here that say, we're going to train your VA honestly and ethically and to make sure that we hold up to our words. We're not even going to manage them. That's your VA. So there's no conflict of interest. There's no self-gain for me trying to cheat you on the front end because there's no back end for me to look forward to with the $10 an hour thing. That's why we don't charge. I could charge $10 an hour for my VAs to be good and make more money. But I realized if I take away the back end for myself, nobody can never say I cheated on them. Nobody can never say I took the leads away from them. Nobody can never say the VA is this, the VA is that. Majority of the people who have problems with the VAs or the VAs that we do, they just don't have the experience. So what they do, they pay us to help them manage them and to come to VA Mastery to learn and stuff so they can get their experience and be able to be an effective operator. We treat our owners and people who buy VAs from us as operators. They're operating their own wholesaling franchise that we have nothing to do with. And sometimes if we don't like the way they run their business, we would literally take the VA from them and say, it's in our contract that the way you treating the VA, say, for example, if an owner comes in and say, hey, I'm paying my VA $3 an hour. No, you're not. Because we have a collective bargaining agreement with the VAs saying that every VA who gets trained through us gets a base salary of $4 an hour. That's our entry-level pay. Now, if you want to get them promotions and raises and stuff, that's up to you. But this is a minimum because we only hire quality people. I've always been a grinder, but now I delegate. Let me tell you something. When you understand the art of delegation, your entire life is going to change. From the way you run your business to the way you manage your marriage to the way you run your household, everything's going to change. I'm telling you what I know. I want to learn how to train the VAs. Well, sign up for VA Mastery. Sign up for VA Mastery. We'll teach you all the stuff we know. You get the bi-weekly coaching calls where it help you so that way you can learn how to train your VAs. And when you do sign up for the VA Mastery, you automatically entitled to 2 VAs. Guess what? You don't have to come back and you don't have to claim the 2 VAs right there on the spot. You got up to 6 months to utilize your VA voucher in order to claim your 2 VAs. Say, for example, you just want to have 1 VA now, and then once you start getting some deals, then you come back and get your next VA. Well, guess what? Now that 6 months is a hourglass because it's going to force you to be great because you want to be able to bring in that second VA. I appreciate what you're doing with V1. Hey, listen, the V1 thing is become a passion of mine. At first, it was just, oh, we helping our real estate friends. We just, yeah, y'all need a VA. Cool, no problem. I got you. Yeah, Josh, I'll take it. But now it's become a conglomerate. Like, it's becoming a big tycoon, of VAs. Like, we hold a big, we hold a nice piece of the market share when it comes to what we do, and we're looking to expand that even more and get aggressive and go overseas. So, $500 monthly for 2 part-time, full-time VAs. No, we charge a $500 fee. That's your registration and processing fee. Then you'll be locked into a $4 hour rate where you pay your VAs directly. Y'all had that direct relationship because we don't want nobody stealing from you, taking from you. That's your employee. So a part-time VA will set you back $400 a month each. If you go the way we go and tell you. So if you're looking for 2 VAs, it's going to run you about $800 a month. That's just straight labor. And that's still good if you compare it to anybody else. Go to any other big box call center. You're going to be paying just for 1 VA, probably $1,600 a month. Yes, you can RVM and SMS. It's not for bulk. It's just for one-offs. Say, for example, you call a customer and they haven't responded to your marketing. Maybe you can set up on the 3rd or the 4th touch on the way you rotate your list that the 3rd time it's in the RVM. The 4th time it's in the SMS. And then the call tools would take the money straight from the credit card. Which payment system is good to pay your VAs? I definitely like Payoneer. Payoneer is pretty dope. But yeah, so Payoneer is what we use because we have a lot of employees. Once you get past a certain amount of employees, PayPal is not sufficient because it's consistent. They keep shutting down your account. They keep suspending your account. They keep flagging your VA's account. They keep asking to send an ID, all this dumb shit. So Payoneer is definitely a better payment processor. And the reason why I actually stumbled across it because that's what Upwork and all the bigger companies use to pay their people. They have a back. They don't use the front end gateway like we have, but they have a special back end custom built out gateway that can send the salary directly to them and transfer it to different currencies. So that's why they use Payoneer. What's up, Jaja? Shouts out to Jaja. I wish he can come on the show. Jaja, come on the show. Check the link. Check the link. I got the link right here. Let me invite you. I don't know if you can see the link on my Facebook, but if you check my YouTube channel, check the link. I want you to come on the show and just talk to the people for me for 1 second. Let everybody know what we do as a company, how you impact the company, how we can help them get to the next level. Like I said, this is Grind and Delegate. So talking about VAs is definitely an easier way to shortcut your delegation because they can easily come in and pick up the pieces and turn your operation around, especially if you can't do it all by yourself. Some of you on here might be government contractors. Some of you on here might be military personnel. Some of you on here might just work a good paying job. They don't have time to do the cold calling and the list automation and all this stuff. They don't have time to do that stuff. Is it possible to have VAs working part-time, 3 VAs working part-time, 25 hours a week, each on cold call? Yeah, I got a couple of clients. Well, I got a bunch of clients who's got 3 VAs calling part-time. Yeah, that's going to set you back $300 a week, right? It depends on the hours, but that's what the average we see. But if you can afford $300 a week, I don't see why not. Now, the question is, how good are your leads you getting? How good is your skip tracing? That's when it really becomes a technical thing. How do we ensure that the VAs have reliable internet connection? So the VAs go through a 10-point hiring process, which I'm not allowed to talk about. Well, what I will tell you is we do an internet speed test, right? And that internet speed test, we do a speed test during the interview, during training, and right before onboarding. And then we do another pop-up speed test, which we're not allowed to talk about. And we just want to make sure, because some VAs, they get real sophisticated and they do the interview at their mother house. And next thing you know, they working and the internet choppy and they come talking about they can't make it to work, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, they at their actual house and they should have told us that. So, a lot of VAs, they like to mislead, lie, steal, or cheat, and work for multiple clients. It's a lot of bad stuff that goes on with the VA. So that's why you need companies like V1 out here that's regulating and policing not only the VAs, but the clients themselves, making sure people get paid and making sure, everybody's been taken care of in a way that's going to benefit them. Listen, man, text me. I can only afford one VA right now. Can I get her to do everything or that too much work? What you mean by everything? Right? You want to make sure before you hire a VA, you know exactly what you want from them, what you expect of them. So if you want them to do admin work and cold calling, that's possible. If you want them to do SMS and admin work, that's possible. But they can't do two outbound positions because it's going to be hard. So definitely look into that. Look at what you can think you can afford, and base your pay based on that. What are some tasks would you assign to a VA? You don't want to hear with me. I got some crazy things my VAs do for me, right? They do everything for me. They literally like my family, right? We got we got auditors, we got risk assessment managers. When a person make a purchase, we look at the purchase, we look at the transaction, we look at everything and say, this may be a high risk for this person doing a chargeback because they're brand new. They don't know what they're doing. They don't got no money. So let's reach out to them and see how can we help and get ahead of things. We got VAs that's one company. Then we got VAs that run the lead manager. Their job is to pull a list, set up the campaigns, monitor the campaigns, monitor the quality of the list, and give it to acquisitions. So there's a bunch of things that you can do with the VAs, man, that I can say and talk to you about. I can create a whole 3-day event just on VAs. Nothing else but just VAs and personnel and how you place your personnel, promotion procedures. I can literally go all day about that. So I don't want to bore you with that. So yeah, in our course, we touch on the standard operating procedures. You gotta understand our course is about to do an update. The course is over a year old. When we created this course, we didn't even anticipate all of the love we got from this course, selling hundreds of units of the course. But once that upgrade come out, it's going to be really advanced, and I'm afraid to even release it because I don't even know if people would understand the level of the level of responsibility that I put out there for them to have with this stuff. I'm talking about you can literally uh, set up virtual operations outside of real estate and go up against any company in the world just by utilizing these VAs. You understand, these VAs just not cold callers. You got VAs, like I got software developers on my team and programmers. I got all the people work for me. You can literally set up a remote company in thin air and nobody even know you running the company. You run a company, called International Waters, and like it's an amazing thing. Even the new virtual office we're building is bananas. It's so crazy. And LaShawn will kill me for talking about it, but I'm talking about having a legitimate pool room in my office where the VAs can come and shoot pool virtually. So like it's crazy. Workplace engagement and workplace motivation is two of the biggest things that's important to me when it comes to working with the VAs. You got to keep an upbeat operation. You got to make sure that your VAs love what they're doing, and you, as the operator, got to make sure you give them the most robust training that's out in the marketplace to ensure that they're doing their job efficiency and at a parallel angle that's going to make sure you attack the marketplace. So that's all I got for you guys. We've been going on for almost an hour. This is supposed to be the drip show, but once again, we turn into the Nothing But Nugget podcast by answering questions and bringing people on. Any last questions? Get your questions out. If you want a VA, man, don't ever hesitate to reach out to the VA. If you want to learn acquisitions, listen, anything in real estate that you're struggling with, my training company has the capability to train you on. We have the capability to train your VA on as well as yourself. Phone mastery, SMS, man, like we got all of that stuff. Even accent, we even brought in an accent trainer that only met twice, and she's crushing it. Legitimate accent, a person who's in the United States, went to school, all that here. So, we don't speak on that much. That's just an internal thing. But definitely reach out to us. We can help you. We work with novice investors, newbie investors. We work with here and there investors who we even like if you're a fix and flipper who wants to turn into a wholesaler to generate your own leads, we work with you. We have business in a box packages where if you have money but you don't have time, you don't feel like dealing with the shit, pay us. Pay us, we'll do everything for you. We set up the whole operation. Reach out to us, text me. You know what I mean? Our number right down there. We have a legitimate, robust system. And by the time December come around, our company is going to be able to meet any demands that any client has. Our number one goal right now is to really cater to the corporate client. Someone's always existent, making money, who don't mind spending the money we're asking to get whatever I get. I like working with independent investors and newbies and all that stuff, but some of the newbies become entitled and they just real problematic. They just make too much drama and they ain't spend no money. Like I'm just being real with you guys. You guys like my friends. They're making all this noise and I ain't doing nothing. And then when you look at what they making noise about, they haven't even, hold their end of the bargain up by calling the leads or managing the VAs for doing what they're supposed to do. It's terrible. How do you reach me? Text me now, 202-335-3322. That's 202-335-3322. Yes, I have a VA for dispositions. I even have a driving for dollar VA and give me leads and stuff. So Sean asked, what's the best area to wholesale in? Copper Heights is good. Fairmont Heights, Hillcrest Heights, all the heights is good areas to wholesale in PG County.
What's going on, Antoine?
What's up, bro? I can't see you. What's up?
Hey, man, I'm out here in the door, man, enjoying this nature, man.
Oh, I see your teeth. I don't know disrespect. I see you.
Yeah, man. I'm done. But yeah, man. Hey, anybody on the fence, man, go on and get in there, man. It's worth every penny. I hired two on just for real estate, but I come to realize they helping me in all my other businesses,
Exactly.
and just them two don't freed up at least an average of 6 hours of my day. And that might not seem like much, but when you running multiple businesses, them 6 hours, man, from my social media marketing to, I got one creating videos for, advertisement, they'll tell you what they pretty good at.
Exactly.
And,
even when you hire them, they got hidden skills and abilities that we sometimes don't even know about. They don't even talk about that much.
Exactly. And I basically just told them, hey, give me a list of what you're good at. And one of them was better than the other one on one thing. And I haven't even got my leads, man. I ain't even put them on the cold calling yet, man. I just been building a buyer's list until my leads come in from your skip tracing.
Yeah, just get with Zari. She'll take care of you.
No, I got with her. I'm just waiting on her to, I'm buying so many, man. She got to come pilot for me, man. It's gonna be probably 6,000-7,000. So
appreciate the love, brother.
That. So but yeah, man, I just been having them build me a buyer's list, social media marketing. I actually put them through like an extra 4 days of training on my dime, with the acquisition videos and the Grant Cardone, So yeah, man, if you're on the fence, that little money, you'll get it back just in time.
I appreciate the love, brother. Like, I'm glad we're doing a good job with you, man. And as a company, we're taking care. We took a major hit. A couple of our role players are out with COVID, and we have to find replacements and get them caught up to speed. And it's terrible because I like them people that work for us. So,
But yeah, I need to get with you, man. I ain't see your number, man, but I might just hit you on Facebook in a second.
yeah,
And
hit me, bro. I'm available.
about that other part, that business in the box, man. I got another guy that want to come on. He definitely don't have the time, truck driver. So.
Man, let's talk business, man, offline, man, and we'll catch you up, brother. And you see what I do. We don't play no games.
Oh, yeah, everything good, man. I appreciate everything you do, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you. And yeah, man, get out there and delegate, fellas.
Man, delegate, man. That's all it's about. That's the thing for the rest of the year. Delegate. Appreciate you, brother. Talk to you. Hit me. I'll probably be off in about another 5-10 minutes. So just DM me and we'll get back to on the DM.
All right, that'll work.
All right, brother.
Salute.
Salute. Newbie question wholesaler. Hey, listen, guys, stop calling yourself newbies. It sounds like a fucking porno section on xnx.com. Don't call yourself newbies. You are a real estate investor who hasn't closed a deal yet. You are still holds the same highest integrity as a person who do 100 deals a year than what you've done so far. Get that mindset that you're new and that you need somebody to hold your hand out. Listen, this real estate game, I'm not sure if my friend's going to tell you this, but this real estate game is a shark infested water environment, and it's nothing but sharks. And a guy told me this. I'm not gonna say his name, but a guy told me this about 2 years ago, and it stuck with me. He said, "Listen, the only people I know that's in real estate who made it are people that sharks." And it kind of like messed with my thinking. Like, damn, I gotta roll like that. And I realized I gotta be like that. Like, you gotta be a shark, and it's not a bad thing to be a shark. You gotta survive, right? So you got to condition yourself to stop calling yourself newbies, because when you start saying newbie here, you're opening up negativity to come to you. You're opening up scammers to come to you. You're opening up fake me out mentors to come to you. You're opening up bullshitters to come to you. You're opening up fake people to come to you. You open up people that got something to sell you to come to you. It ain't bringing no value. You got to show people that you got value. You know what I mean? You got to provide value. And like I tell anybody can match me on this and contest it if they want. Nobody going to outgive me. Whether they got more money than me or success, that's cool. But I want to make it my point to give you just as much. Whether it's respect, it's honor, it's character, it's doing what I say I'm going to do, whatever that is, I'm going to overdo it. Because at the end of the day, that's all you got for right now till you be successful. So, character is everything. What y'all laughing at? Y'all laughing at me talking trash? They over here laughing. Yeah, I gotta meet me in real life. I make a lot of jokes. I try not to say too much. Because every time I get on here and talk, 3 Google friends delete me. Like, I get 3 Google friends a day delete me. Somebody else got a competing product or software or something that's in competition, whatever I'm doing. They delete me. And usually I want to reach out to them and say, what's your problem? But I realize they have insecurities that they probably coping with from their childhood that I can't even help them with. And why am I talking about this? Because it relates to you. At the end of the day, just worry about what's on your plate. When you're in these groups looking at these $10, $20, $30,000 checks, listen, don't worry about the next man. I'm pretty sure that money's spent already. Worry about how you can get your bread, how you can stack your bread. I'm never insecure of what I am. I got friends that got way more than me. But that doesn't make me insecure. That doesn't make me jealous. That doesn't make me hate them. In fact, I cheer them on. Congrats, bro. Go get that bread. Now, hopefully, they might give me the little recipe, right? I don't want a slice of cake. I want the recipe. I want to bake my own bread. You get what I'm saying? If not, I'm going to go figure it out. And that's what so many people in this business struggle with. They're not comfortable with figuring the shit out. They're not comfortable with actually saying, you know what? YouTube is great. YouTube land is great. What Antoine Campbell was talking about is great. But fuck him. I need to go figure this shit out because I got bills I got to pay. I got children I got to take care. I got a lifestyle I'm trying to build, and I don't have time to kiss no one's ass. The reason why I don't have a big clique or a big circle, I am not about to kiss nobody's ass. Ass kissing is not my thing. Biting my tongue is not my thing. That's why I don't be on Facebook that much. Majority of stuff you see on Facebook is just marketing, things like that. But me actually being on Facebook and being Antoine and being funny and saying how I feel and talk about, social injustice and talk about lifestyle and talk about, if I showed you what I do on a day-to-day basis, you would hate me. You would hate like why he lived like that, why he I don't even talk about that stuff because I don't want to invite that negativity into my life to take away what I work so hard for. And that's some of the things you guys got to do. You got to stop telling people what you're doing. My wife told me this stuff. LaShawn, my mentor, one of my biggest mentors, and I don't give her enough credit. And I'm going to start giving her more credit because she don't like the attention. But one of my biggest mentors, if you're out there watching me, I love you to pieces. LaShawn taught me these things. And I told her, I said, listen, LaShawn, you built me up to the man I am over the last 10 years. You should write a book. People need to hear this. People paid Tony Robbins punk ass $10,000 to go stand on Choco Coal for 2 minutes to prove that they're not punks. You can do this and be way better than old ass Tony Robbins with big fake teeth in his mouth. She still won't do it, so hopefully she'll hear it and do it. But the point I'm making is stop telling people what you're doing. Stop showing people checks. I don't show people checks. Oh, Antoine don't do no deals. People probably mumbling questioning that. Why would I show you a check? You know what I'm saying? Why would I show you a check and I'm going to be exposed to the IRS when my situation, the IRS be magnified? Why would I show you a check? I come from a place where if people think you got money, they blow your brains out of kicking your door and put your family on the ground. Why would I put my family through that? Why would I put a rich man out here being snatched up and getting kidnapped for money? Like, people not thinking. Listen, did you guys just watch the news? They was trying to kidnap the government. Like, at this girl beach house doing surveillance, trying to take her away. It's a tough world out here, man. We go back to my point that it's sharks out here, and if you're not trying to swim in these sharks infested water, turn off the phone, the laptop, and wake up tomorrow and go back to your 9 to 5 and forget this ever happened. Forget this live even ever happened. You get what I'm saying? That's on God, right here. Let me get that, bro. On God. So. Gems. I'm dropping gems, I'm dropping nuggets, I'm dropping dollar coins, I'm dropping gold bars, I'm dropping whatever. Because at the end of the day, honesty, would defeat anything. Everybody got this persona to put on, man. I wear this chain. I don't know if you guys heard me say this, but I wear this cross because my wife gave it to me on Father's Day, and it's one of the most thoughtful gifts she ever gave me, besides creating that creating that video and we watched it on Facebook together. That was really thoughtful outside the box. But this chain is no diamonds, nothing in it, nothing flashy. It's just 2 nails welded together and polished. Actually 3 nails, and it's emulated cross. And basically, the nails is the same like nails that Jesus Christ sacrificed on the cross. And I talk about sacrifice. So this chain reminds me of sacrificing, going without, struggling, not buying a $60,000 Bentley, even though I got the money to do it, because there's a bigger purpose. You know what I'm saying? Not showing everybody what I got, not being flashy, not, hey, y'all just closed this deal. Hey, y'all look at these contracts. Like, just stand off the radar, off the grid, so I can get to that next level. They're like, damn, how you buy this? How you do that? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That issue is with me and the Internal Revenue Service. You know what I'm saying? And I see why Donald Trump moved like, oh, I ain't going to show y'all my taxes, because it ain't none of your business. I appreciate the love tonight, man. Y'all a good crowd tonight, man. I appreciate y'all. Listen, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, CEO929, follow me on Instagram. Trying to get my Instagram up without paying for. Let me shut up. Trying to get my Instagram up to 10,000 subscribers so I can get the swipe. I get the swipe. I really can reach my audience because I can send you to places and products and things that you need for your business to get to the next level, right? At the end of the day, someone got something to sell you. Let me be that person to sell you what you need. Oh, that's fucked up, Antoine. You just in it for the money. I ain't in it for the money. Someone else is going to sell you the shit. Let me sell it to you. Let me package it up. Let me make it right. Let me make sure you got that good product. You get what I'm saying? I don't think y'all hear me, man. Yeah, I'm out here. I'm out here schooling, but nobody listening. It's cool. I let it be. But at the end of the day, you're gonna come back to this live like 2 years from now and say that motherfucker was talking that shit. I should have took him up on the shit he was talking. So that's what I'm saying. Let me sell you what you need. It ain't about the money, bro. If you compare what I'm selling you, you'll know I'm not in it for the money because I'm supposed to be charging 3-4 times whatever I'm charging. Acquisition class, $1,000. Motherfuckers out here selling punk ass tickets for $5,000. The same shit I'm teaching, same as actually word for word. They getting away with it. Y'all getting robbed. I ain't mad. I'm cool. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But I'm saying you have to charge people because that's what separates the real from the fake. If I gave everything away, and they call me Antoine Cameron, all y'all give. If I gave away everything away, what would it be worth? Think about that. If the guru, listen, if a person say, "Oh, he's a guru," I bet you any amount of money, everybody right now, it haven't been a person, and I'm not starting out. It haven't been a person who bashed a guru that didn't turn into a guru. It hadn't been a person who talk shit about a guru and in the background they working on becoming a guru themselves, working on a course, working on a product, saying one thing just to sway you to buy their product. That's called an emotional sale. They teach you that in sales school. They swaying on your emotions. I don't do that. I say, this is what I got. You want it or not. Some people might not be happy with what I got. Some people might, fuck you. You ain't do what you say, blah, blah. Listen, I'm not in the business kissing ass. Take your money. Shoot. Wish. I'm out. You see what I'm saying? Some people like, bro, I need your help. I'm like, cool. You know the money? I ain't hear from him. Oh, bro, you ain't calling me. You scamming. No, bro. You supposed to call me. I got shit I got to do. I'm not chasing nobody. This is not kindergarten. I'm not managing. So I got 2 boys of my own. I don't want no more kids right now. I'm not here to kiss nobody's ass. You see what I'm saying? So the point, see, the point is, let me sell you. Let me hook you up. Because I'm gonna give you more than what you paid for. There's never been a time that I sold somebody something or put them on to something or showed them something or did something and it wasn't what they thought it was. I overgive because I don't ever want somebody to say something negative about me. People mumbling they rough, they bitches. They're not gonna say it to my face. They're not gonna say it in public because they know that it's hearsay. They know that it can't be validated. They know that it's bullshit. I don't worry about that. And the whole point of it is it goes back to you guys. When you starting this real estate shit, no one loves you. No one cares about you. You got to focus on yourself and focus on your business and handle your business like somebody chasing you with a 38-inch machete and trying to behead you. That's how you got to handle your business. You waving your checks and, yeah, we can JV and do this. They're going to rob you, B. They're going to take that shit and act like they don't know you. This shit is worse in the streets because they not robbing you with a gun or a knife. They robbing you with a pen. The same people saying, man, I don't fuck with him. Turn around, he fucking with him. Come on, B. Man, this shit a joke. This whole real estate shit a joke. I'm sorry when my little rant had to do. This shit a joke. Ain't nobody. I can count on my hands how many people I know that's solid. And they all in my cell phone. And I talk to them all the time. And they talk to me. And they know what's up. Everybody else, man, Ponyland shit. They want some Ponyland shit. So the point I'm making to you is focus on yourself. Learn how to delegate. Be a man or woman about your shit. Verify the information that you're getting from people, including myself. Don't just take my word for what I'm saying. Go look that shit up. Go call a lawyer. Go verify things, right? And make executive decisions. Make decisions that's going to impact your life. When you make hard decisions, think about how this is going to affect my children, how this is going to affect my wife, how this is going to affect the current money I'm holding on to in my bank account. And if it all clicks and makes sense, make the decision. If it don't make sense and it's still some shit little Louis, then don't do it. You know, how in the VA, how that's going to affect my life, how that's going to help my life, how it's going to affect my finances. For me, it was, oh, I don't have to cold call for 8 hours. I can spend more time with my family. Oh, $4 an hour, man, I'm pissed $4 an hour. Ain't shit. You see what I'm saying? You see, I think in a more simplicity way. You know what I'm saying? And that's why people, listen, y'all holding on to these pennies and squeezing Abraham Lincoln eye out of the socket. That's fucked up doing my man like that. Let go of them pennies. Who's going to spend them pennies at Buffalo Wild Wings anyway? You might as well give the VA the money. At least you may come away with a $10,000 check if you do what you're supposed to do on the acquisition side. Yeah, so all I got to tell everybody on this call, man, tighten up. Tighten up. You know, if you're watching this live, wherever you're watching it from, you're watching the replay, tighten up. You got a few months left to get your shit together going into 2021. I don't know what's going on in 2021, but all I know is I got to tighten up. So I'm going to tell you the same thing I'm telling myself. I got to do better. There's some things I made. There's a decision I made. This shit was terrible. There's some money I probably lost. There's some money I made. Like, you always got to reevaluate yourself to figure out how can you get to the next level. If you listen to every video I say when it comes to Facebook ads, marketing, talking in person, podcast, I always talk about the next level because there's no limits to this shit. There's no limits. Do you know that most scientists think that space is infinity? It's so big that you can't even fucking calculate it. That's how you should be thinking. Your ideas should be so big, so wide open, so like egregious that people on the outside looking in and mumbling their breath like they're doing this real estate business. What a fucking idiot. He's an idiot believing that shit. That's how big you should bet on yourself. Are you betting on yourself? Are you making the right decisions? Are you hanging around the right people? Don't worry about impressing nobody, being nobody's friend. This real estate shit don't have friends. Let me tell you something. Name one real estate investor award show that comes on every year that gives you best friend award or best real estate investor of the year award. Nobody, it's no such thing. This shit is fucking a alley with a bunch of cats that don't have no home, they don't have no obligation to nobody but befriend people because it's convenient at that moment. And that's all I want you to hit. IG CEO 929. Follow me on Instagram, baby. You know, my Instagram be way more lit than my Facebook. But follow me on Instagram. You know, like I said, if you're trying to get in this business, you should be trying to figure out how you're going to get to the next level quickly as possible, not slowly, because what you're going to do is you're going to bleed yourself out. You slice your wrist, you're still going to die. You just said you're going to die in a slowly, gruesome, painful death where you're going to suffocate and it's going to be blood problem inside your lung cavity. You're just going to choke to death. Or you just get it over with. You get what I'm saying? So that's how you got to think. Just get the show with. You're going to spend the money regardless. You're going to give somebody the money when it comes to getting a VA. You're going to give somebody the money when it comes to buying the software. This whole industry is set up for you to spend money. So you might as well just spend the money. You can't outwork the work without spending money. I'm telling you. I don't know nobody who's doing this shit on their own from scratch by their hands, spreadsheets. That's horseshit. You gotta spend the money. Listen, any more questions before we roll out? Like these 100s, like these real talks. I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot the message. Like I said, if you're interested in getting to the next level, V1 Training is a company that's set up to take care of anybody from the beginning to the end, to high level, to making transitions, to cross training. You might have got some VAs from some other silly ass VA company. If you feel like they're not solid, just buy the VA and then we'll turn around, buy the $500 VA fee. We'll turn around, cross train them. If we feel like they wasn't up to par, then we'll give you a full evaluation. We're not going to just tell you some shit so you go fire your VA so we can take your money. That's not what we do. We give you a legitimate report. We'll give you a legitimate report. We'll say, this is our opinion. And then we'll say, we might can save this VA, but this VA don't fall under our warranty. But what we can do is say, you can keep that VA and hire another VA through it since you paid us. And then when it's time to send that VA on their way up the river, you still got this extra VA you can come back and claim. So that's the difference, man. So if you're ready, make the decision. You know, I'm not here to try and shake nobody down for no bread amount. I'm just here to put you on. I got my hoodie on. I got a hoodie to say, I'm not your mentor. I'm your plug. I'm the plug. I'm trying to get this work. I'm trying to put you in a position to say, hey, this is what you need to do. Anybody who's smart know that you go to my YouTube channel and piece that shit together and get a course better than any $10,000, $5,000 course out here. If you're really smart, you know what I'm saying? Make a playlist, do what you gotta do. Come see me when you need the actual shit going, the VAs and the training and the consulting and the high level shit. You can have the entry shit. You can have it because I want you to be successful. I want you to win. But when it's time to get to that next level, come see me. I got you. Yeah. But other than that, man, make a move. Text my phone. My phone dead now. A few people text me. Text me. And let's chop it up. Catch you guys later. Peace and blessings. I love you. Sacrifice now. Ball forever. Get your tickets to Drip, though. If you're on this live and you don't have a ticket to Drip, get off the live. You just playing games. Get the ticket to Drip. 40 speakers. 4 days, 40 hours worth of content. Literally, it's like a boatload of content that's going to be coming your way. Speakers from everywhere, all over the country. Go to drip2020.com. Check out the site. Look at the speakers we have. We ain't even got all the speakers on the site yet. So we want to kind of like wait till that 30-day mark to really, do what we got to do to get it sold. So go to drip2020.com. Check it out. If I was you, I would lock in that early bird ticket before I cut this shit off. Because I'm about to cut it off. I'm just trying to be nice. Get that early bird ticket, get your bread together, and upgrade to get that good ticket so you can get some good stuff. So grab that early bird ticket so you can be eligible to upgrade to whatever ticket you want. Go to drip2020.com. If you need a VA, go to v1vas.com. Check the site out. If you're not ready to make a move right there and spend money, cool. Fill out the form. Someone from my sales team will give you a call to see what you need and give you a customized plan to show you how to get to the top. Yeah, I'm thinking about, I'm real funny about this COVID stuff. God has a strong sense of humor. You die from COVID when you least expect it. So I be trying to stay out the way. But I'm thinking about having an in-person event, something small, probably before the holidays after Drip, or probably the beginning of the new year. I'll let you guys know. I'm thinking about it. Maybe 10 people at the most, 15, where we can space out and, you got to take a COVID test before you come. But other than that, man, sign up for what you're going to sign up for. If you need help, reach out to me. I'm very accessible. I respond back to some of my DMs. But if you just come straight to me out of obligation, telling me what you need and when you need and all that, I'm not doing that. I don't work for you. So, yeah, but appreciate you guys, man. Love you. See you at the top. Sacrifice now. Ball forever. I'm going to get on out of here because I got to eat my curry chicken. I've been sitting over there for 2 hours. But I'll catch you guys later. Get them Drip tickets, man. Get them Drip tickets.
That's ISO.
Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots off the rebound. Fucking my poster, say now, I've been humble too long, yeah. Tell them all to stay calm, yeah. Tell them all to move on, yeah. Fucking my poster, say now, they be lost in the sauce, yeah. Took a loss, that's your loss, yeah. Had to get my point across, hey. Smoking that dope from Edmond, we the new meth in Redmond. We ain't real blood, but we brethren. Run up a check and it's pending. She talking my news, we'll send them. Fuck with the fam with dead men. Jesus peace on my pendant, and we still independent. ISO, yeah.
This podcast is sponsored by Easy Skip Tracing. Go to www.easyskiptracing.com for some of the most quality data in the marketplace. In fact, Easy Skip Tracing believes in good quality data so much that they're willing to provide you the leads as long as you skip trace the list with the company. Listen, text 1K leads to 44222 and get 1,000 free leads as long as you purchase the skip tracing with Easy Skip. This podcast is sponsored by the REI Lead Vault. The REI Lead Vault is a real-world Podio workspace solution designed by real estate professionals for real estate professionals. Check it out at the reileadvault.com.
Nothing but nuggets. Yeah. See, I'm telling you, man. Came from nothing to something. Now we giving you game. Dropping nothing but nuggets.